Corey,
Hey, Governor Johnson, how you doing?
great. Thanks for coming on.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks for running for president. I know it can't be fun. You're doing a great job of spreading the message of
Some days it
liberty.
is.
But I'm in my third year of law school, and just about every time I've taken a class and read cases, almost every rule or regulation that's come up has been, I felt, unnecessary and misguided. And I would like to know what you would do as head of the executive branch to maybe cut back on some of these unnecessary rules and regulations. And then also, if you had any thoughts about how you go about picking a Supreme Court justice if you had the chance, and even if you had anyone in mind at this point. Thanks.
So Corey, great point that needs to be made. As governor of New Mexico, I ran the government. I appointed the heads of all the agencies. I appointed all the boards and commissions. In essence, I controlled all rules and regulations. I will tell you that rules and regulations in New Mexico got better on a daily basis and had a basis in common sense. One of the things I did as governor of New Mexico is I had an open door after 4 policy in which I met with any citizen in the state the third Thursday of every month, starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and going till 10 o'clock at night on 5-minute increments. In doing that, I came face to face with all sorts of rules and regulations and government atrocities, if you will. But it was always my notion that by fixing it for one, I was probably fixing it for hundreds. But it made a difference. I made a difference as governor of New Mexico, rules and regulations. Without exception, we were able to change rules and regulations for the better. And I will also tell you, government has a role. There are some bad actors out there. There are truly bad actors out there that, but for government, I am convinced that they would continue to be bad actors, polluters, unscrupulous business individuals that really are out to take advantage of people. And government has a role to protect us from those people. So my rules and regulations didn't have anything to do with putting bad actors, giving them more opportunity. If anything, it was about cracking down on bad actors and not cracking down on you and I as law-abiding citizens that when it comes to government really just adds a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money to everything it is that we do in our lives. Everything I did was about reducing that. As President of the United States, same thing. Don't underestimate how rules and regulations can get better on just a regular daily basis. I'm also pledging to do an open door after 4 as President of the United States when it comes to waste, fraud, and abuse. And we'll add rules and regulations to that also. What rules, what regulations are out there that I might be able to change from a common sense standpoint? And when you do it on 5-minute increments, you know what? You get right to the heart of what it is someone wants to communicate. Very effective. Like I say, I'll make a difference in that category. Supreme Court justices. The criteria for I don't have anyone in mind, but the appointment of a Supreme Court judge should be on the basis of that Supreme Court justice making judgment on the Constitution based on original intent of those that wrote the Constitution. What was the original intent? What was intended in what was written? And that would be the criteria for appointment.
Great. Thanks for taking my question.
Thank you.